Every time life takes an unexpected turn, a deep ache settles in your heart. The disappointment feels heavy, almost unbearable, because you had envisioned something different, something better. You resist what is, desperately clinging to what should have been. But the more you fight reality, the more it fights back, leaving you exhausted and broken. You long for control, for certainty, for people to meet your expectations. But life moves in its own rhythm, indifferent to your desires. Spiritual teacher and guru of modern yoga, Baba Ram Dass' words remind us of a simple yet profound truth. He said, "As long as you have certain desires about how it ought to be, you can't see how it is." Your suffering often comes not from reality itself, but from your resistance to it. You create rigid stories in your mind about how life should unfold, how people should behave, and how love should be given. But life is not bound by your expectations. It flows in its own way, indifferent to the narratives you hold so tightly. When you cling to these expectations, you set yourself up for frustration and heartache. You want love to arrive in a form you recognize, but people express it in their own way. You crave instant success, but true growth takes patience. You wish others would change, but they are on their own journey. The more you resist, the more you suffer. It's a painful cycle, one that repeats until you learn the truth. Peace doesn't come from forcing life to fit your expectations. And when you begin to see reality instead of fighting it, when you let go of your insistence that life conforms to your desires, you find clarity, peace, and even beauty in what is. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means freeing yourself from unnecessary pain and opening your heart to the present moment as it truly is. The moment you let go, something shifts. You begin to see clearly. You realize that while you may not control life's twists and turns, you do control how you respond. And in that, there is immense power. There is freedom. Imagine standing in the ocean, waves crashing into you. If you resist them, standing stiff and firm, you will be knocked down. But if you learn to move with the waves, bending and flowing, you stay afloat. This is the essence of non-resistance, learning to move with life's circumstances rather than against them. Life, like the ocean, is in constant motion, unpredictable, powerful, and beyond your control. When you brace yourself against its tides, refusing to adapt, you are battered and exhausted. But if you learn to flow with the currents, to bend rather than break, you remain afloat. This is all you need to do, accepting life as it comes, rather than clinging to an imagined version of how it should be. Buddhism considers this attachment to be the root of all suffering in life. Buddhism preaches that you suffer not because life is cruel, but because you grasp too tightly to expectations that do not match reality. The real peace comes when you stop clinging so tightly and just let life unfold. Yet this acceptance does not mean that you are giving up. It means you are embracing life with an open heart, holding your desires lightly rather than clenching them in a tight fist. It means you trust that even if things do not unfold as planned, they are still unfolding as they are meant to. When you surrender your need for control in such a way, you step into a space of true peace, where life, in all its unpredictability, becomes something to dance with rather than fight against. Consider a traveler who carefully plans every detail of a trip, expecting perfection. If a flight is delayed or a hotel booking is cancelled, frustration takes over. But another traveler, one who embraces the unexpected, sees these moments as part of the adventure. Both face the same reality, but their experience is vastly different based on their level of attachment. Life, much like travel, is filled with the unexpected. No matter how much you plan, things will sometimes go awry. Careers go down, relations fall through, and detours appear where you least expect them. However, when you change your perspective, when you embrace the unexpected, and see each twist as part of the adventure, your experiences are shaped not by events, but by your own mindset. Holocaust survivor and psychologist Viktor Frankl offered profound wisdom. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. He reminds us that when we cannot control the external world, we must look inward. If we fight reality, we suffer. But if we learn to shift our perspective, we reclaim our peace. Adaptation is not a weakness, it is a strength. It is the ability to bend rather than break, to find meaning even in setbacks. Life will not always go according to plan, but we always have a choice, to resist and suffer, or to surrender and grow. Acceptance is not a one-time lesson. It's a daily practice, a gentle yet persistent effort to meet life as it is. When disappointment strikes, when plans crumble, when things don't go your way, pause, breathe, notice your reaction. Are you resisting reality, wishing it were different? The simple act of recognizing this resistance is the first step toward letting go. It's easy to fall into patterns of frustration, complaining, or self-pity. But these habits only deepen your suffering. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift the question to, "What can I learn from this?" This small change in perspective is powerful. It turns setbacks into lessons, pain into growth, and obstacles into stepping stones. Life is always going to be unpredictable, but when you reframe challenges as opportunities, you take back your power. You step out of victimhood and into wisdom. Every moment, good or bad, is a teacher, and the more you embrace what is, the more peace and resilience you will find along the way. To let go of your expectations, you must understand their true nature. Expectations are like mirages, illusions you create in your mind, convincing yourself that life should unfold in a certain way. But the truth is, life is beyond your control, and clinging to expectations only leads to disappointment. Instead of dictating how things must be, open yourself to the beauty of the unknown. Let life surprise you. To bring this clarity to your thoughts, you need to cultivate awareness. Practicing mindfulness is the key to clarity. It anchors you in the present, helping you see reality as it is, rather than through the lens of desire. Remember, you are the sky. Everything else is just the weather. Storms will come and go, but they do not define you. You can't control the storms. What you can control, however, is your response. Empower yourself to gain the ability to choose your response, no matter what the situation is. As Epictetus wisely stated, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. The world may be unpredictable, but your power lies in how you choose to meet it, with resistance and suffering, or with acceptance and freedom. When you focus on your responses instead of external circumstances, you reclaim your inner peace. You step into true strength, the ability to live free, no matter what comes your way. Carl Rogers, a renowned psychologist, spoke of unconditional positive regard, a concept that teaches us to accept people as they are, not as we wish them to be. This wisdom extends beyond interpersonal relationships. It is a way of seeing life itself with clarity, free from the distortions of expectation. When a relationship ends, grief is natural. The heart aches, memories resurface, and a longing for what once was lingers within us. But often, the greatest suffering comes not from the loss itself, but from our refusal to accept it. We replay those cherished moments in our minds, clinging to the belief that they should have lasted forever. We resist reality, and in that resistance, we deepen our pain. True peace can only emerge when we release our grip on what could have been and embrace what is. Acceptance does not mean that the pain will be gone immediately. It means allowing pain to exist without letting it define us. It is the gentle surrender to life's ever-changing nature, trusting that even in endings, there is space for new beginnings. Eckhart Tolle's words, "Wherever you are, be there totally. hold a profound truth. Peace is not found in running from the present moment, but in fully embracing it. Yet, so often, we resist reality. We push against what is, wishing things were different. But what if we allowed ourselves to truly be here, in this moment? Think of a river flowing ahead. It does not resist the rocks in its path. It flows around them, adapting, moving forward with ease. This kind of adaptation is not a weakness. It is the key to resilience. So the next time life doesn't go your way, pause. Observe your reaction. Notice the tension in your body, the stories in your mind that tell you things should be different. Then ask yourself, what if I stopped fighting reality? What if I simply allowed this moment to be what it is? In that space of surrender, something shifts. The weight of resistance lifts, and a deep sense of peace begins to settle in. Because peace is never found in control, it is found in acceptance. In trusting that even when life unfolds differently than you imagined, it is still unfolding exactly as it is meant to.